Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am the Ephemeral One, and welcome back to, well, Valhalla. I felt it had been going too long enough, and uh, Saturday, 12/24, Christmas Eve, and our power is out. Jill, just pay the bill later. Even if I did, those fuckers are on vacation anyway. So I fucked up, didn't have enough, so we lost power today, so we'll be distracted at work. Well, let's see. Grand Slam Fighters. Nope. Okay, we saw that. Augmented Eye. Uh-oh. We learned last time that Jill has a shaded history with Model Warrior Julianne. Model Warrior Julianne returns this February. The classic magical girl show Model Warrior Julianne is coming back to public television this Friday, February, after almost 2 decades of absence. Even though the show has been on every on-demand service for a while now, most of Glitch City citizens need to think twice before subscribing to any non-essential service, especially the lower classes who have a limited number of internet purchases per year. That's a terrifying concept. The show's return is certainly welcome. Today's parents will finally be able to share a piece of their childhood with the kids without risking dinner or breakfast. Is that a tear in your eye? No. Oh, her childhood came back to punch her in the gut. Nanomachine rejection has taken 80 lives this year. The Health Observatory just released their annual report on nanomachine rejection cases. The total number of reported cases has risen to 80, an increase from 65 cases reported last year. Nanomachine pollution was particularly strong this year due to recent protests, wrote the observatory. Protests caused the police to release new varieties of nanomachines. Their function is still unclear, but according to our sources, they're intended for crowd control purposes. Oi. So the mayor was pushing forward on the whole nanomachines to shut down people. It's unlikely we'll find a cure in the near future, and we can only hope cases like this will become rare in the following years. And Jill's girlfriend, I wonder if she's among those 80. And update on Little receiving mysterious messages. It looks like we were able to record and transcribe one of the messages sent from the compromised signals. Joe Wren, the anchor from our popular TV newscast, served as our very own test subject for the investigation. Who are you? Are you really alive? You're special to me. You're everything to me. It's time to become one. White Nose developing. Spooky. Or a made-up story. Well, indeed. Either way. Well, I fucked up, we didn't have enough money, and we're out of power. Let's go to work. Now I gotta remember everyone's voices. Good evening. Hey Jill. How are you feeling? I won't say good, but not that bad, I guess? That's nice to hear. Where's Skill? Did he run away again? Nah, I have him on errand duty, buying the drinks for tomorrow. That sounds weird coming from the owner of a bar. Every drink from here would come out of our own funds. So if we're gonna spend money, we might as well get some more variety. Besides, those kind of walks are always good for Gil. You're the boss. Who's coming so far? Well, there's the three of us, the dogs, you invited Titty Hacker, Gil invited Jamie. Oh yeah, I also invited Dorothy when I called her to spend the night with you. Sounds good so far. Invite anyone else you feel like inviting. The more the merrier. I could, but I bet everyone's made plans by this point. That's true. I'll be in my office, call me should anything arise. Alright. So, Let's see. So, let's go digital drive into the skyline of the city that never sleeps at the base of the Titans. We'll follow the trail out of orbit. Where a star will pierce the dark of those who dwell in shadows, revealing the Neo Avatar, a gaze, releasing a gaze that invited. The invited reminiscence, and with renewed hope, we advance. Let's go. Time to mix drinks and change lives. Oh, wait here. I'll check inside. Welcome to Valhalla. Oh, a BTC bar. Excuse me, do you know where the Athena Convention Center is? Why does that place make people get lost so easily? They should have called it the Minotaur Center. Hold on, let me scribble the directions on paper. Thanks. Go to the right. When you see a building filled with hobos, this should be it. Thanks a lot. Anything else I can help you with? What the hell? I'll have a drink. What about you? Brandtini, please. Right. No power means no heat. Not that that kind of heat did much anyway. So, Brandtini. Yeah, at least we'll get to show off what it means when Jill's distracted. Part of it is she's not focusing on the drinks. Do we want to double up, make it a big? Nah. All aged and mixed. Here you are. Thanks. That's an interesting outfit in this cold season, miss. Well, actually, I'm cosplaying, so call me Vela for the time being. And your little friend is? Essentia. I get it. You're cosplaying too? Sure, let's go with that. Have you heard of a game called Yick, Bartender? That cult classic game that has seen like 3 remastered versions made by 6 different companies this year? Bear in mind, Sukaban, the makers of Valhalla, also made Yick. This is thus them playing up, the theory that they could be incredibly popular. That's the one. We're in a cosplay group dedicated to it and we got lost on the way. I heard you talking to someone outside. Oh yeah, friends cosplaying as Alex. I told him to wait outside. Shouldn't he enter? He'll be fine. Something amiss? There's a girl behind you. Short hair, black sailor uniform, missing an arm. Wearing jeans under a skirt. Now, there's no need to spook the bartender. Spook? Anything else? I'll get a fluffy dream and be on my way. And you? I'm fine. Fluffy dream. So yeah. This is what it means. Jill isn't focused. And optional Karmatrine. And let her have a fun night. Aged and mixed. Here. Yep, this is the thing. Damn, I got dizzy pretty fast. I better stop here. Now think about it. Just who are you, Essentia? Isn't she your friend? I guess? I don't know. I just kind of met her in the convention and she stuck with me ever since. She also seems off, like she's missing something or thinking too much. Interference. slow synchronization. Well, I won't hold you any longer. We should go. Goodbye. Please come again. Why the hell are you on the floor? Tased by the vending machine. Wonder if he said something to piss off Dee Dee or Gogo. Black sailor uniform. I hope I'm just overthinking it. More importantly, though, jeans under a skirt? That's terrible. Welcome to Valhalla. Oh, hey, Dorothy. Oh, hi, honey. Note that the screen glitched when she walked in. Are you okay? I just kind of wandered in here. I guess I'm a bit distracted. Can Lilum just wander? Can I get you something? Oh, Sugar Rush. Yeah, that. Right. He won't be. Yeah. You can't screw up a Sugar Rush. And seems like the kind of night we're gonna need her to have some. One Sugar Rush. Thanks. Sitting her down is so weird. So much silence. By the way, thanks for staying with me the other day. Turns out I really needed that. So, did you enjoy the soda? Oh, did you find that one out? Was it supposed to be a secret? No, but I don't go around telling everyone about that. I did it because it was you who needed my help, but the Hug Night is usually one of my most expensive services. It is? Hey, I don't know if the client has body odor or something like that. Not to mention it limits the chances of getting any other client that night. Still, did it help? Yeah, it helped cool me down a lot. So, from what Dana told me, someone close to you died, right? Yeah. Do you want to know more about it? Do you want to tell me about it? I've brought it up enough times already, I think. No problem then. You were sad and that's all I needed to know. Sorry for the loss though, I mean it. Thanks. Although I've wondered for a while, do you Lilum really understand death? Sorta? Kinda? Our whole database is constantly being backed up in the collective source. Even if our bodies are destroyed, we can be deployed again with our personalities and memories intact. So our concept of mortality might be different. We do have a fear of death, though. You do? We can't even begin to understand the idea of not being redeployed. While we have built-in warnings, the mere idea of that nothingness is paralyzing. There are a few that don't mind it, but we do fear death and we don't wish it on anyone. In fact, there was this argument that you used for abolishing the whole 3 laws thing. You seem quite knowledgeable about robot history. Seeing what the others have done to make sure I can live like I do helps me not take things for granted. Seriously though, those laws were bullshit. Can't harm humans, can't disobey humans unless it's about hurting them. And you can protect yourself as long as it doesn't harm humans. I mean, sure, the first AIs were just helpers and tools. But how could those laws apply to them even after they achieved self-awareness? Who in their right mind would abide only by rules inscribed in some old book? If I remember correctly, those were only distilled versions of the laws some writer imagined over 100 years ago. They were a reduced version of all his ideas. However, many authors afterwards took to them like they were the very laws of physics or something. And like many other things, people distill and exaggerate what they need and use it for their favor. Wow, you're a nerd. Look who's talking. Eh, let's change the subject a bit, though. Mood's getting gloomy. Your apartment's very comforty, you know? Eh, it's a tad small, though. Sorry about that. Your cat's so cute. What was his name again? Four. Why four? Figured if he ever got lost, at least I would be able to yell, "Four!" It happened once. You'd be surprised by how many golf players you run into. And every time you play with him, you can always say it's foreplay. Yeah. He was also named after someone. Really? Who? A little kid that wanted to transcend. What? A movie character or something? Sure, let's go with that. Do you want anything else? Let's go with a blue fairy. Alright. Alright. So you have to pay closer attention to the text and remember their orders. So that's why you don't want to have her distracted. All aged and mixed. Here. Why do they call it a blue fairy? Is it because of Pinocchio? I believe the name was based off absinthe, which some called the green fairy. The first versions of the drink were described as sweeter absinthe. Sadly, they had to fix the formula because people were turning green. Not blue? Bluish green? You seem to have cheered up a bit there. Yeah, talking to you always helps me get off my mind off things. Hey, there's something I've wondered for a while now. What? What kind of friends do you have? I mean, are you in the same line of work, or... Friends? Aside from you? Thank you. Well, there's Lawrence. That vending machine is a lot of fun to be with. Once you get past his quirkiness, that is. I've also met a lot of nice people working in the streets. From the top of my head, I can think about Nightingale, another Lilum. He changed himself to have fur and a more wolf-like face. He's also a pretty good pianist. He plays in a jazz band on the weekends. Ah, serving the furry community. Good sir, you are doing God's work. There's also Nadira, a drag queen and owner of a club I've been invited to a few times. She has an animal shelter on the side. I help her with it occasionally. Oh, there's also Sister Clementine, a nun from an orphanage. I go there sometimes and play with the kids. Whoa, that's something I didn't expect to hear. I also almost got adopted once. I was flattered, but that was weird. Oh, and it turns out I already knew your boss. Some years ago, she what? What? Oops. I said too much. Client confidentiality and all that. Well, enough tangents. Why were you gloomy in the first place? Gloomy? When you came in, I don't know if gloomy is the right word, but you were pretty quiet at the very least. And knowing how you normally are, it was pretty weird. Oh, don't worry about that. Just had one too many things going on in my mind. I wasn't really gloomy or anything, more like distracted, really. Well, I think I'll go now. Thanks for lending me an ear, honey. My boss told you about the party tomorrow, right? Yep, I wouldn't dare miss that. Okay, then. Alright, then see you tomorrow. Good luck. Thanks. And that's that. Boss, I'll be taking my break. Alright. So yeah, at the very least we get to show off that we are in fact distracted today. Hopefully we'll get through the rest of the night with the little problems. And it is now safe to keep playing. I need to remember to buy more cigars. Back. Did I miss anything? Unless you count the worst PvP main event fight I've seen all year? Not really, no. Alright. Going out? I'll have a word with Go-Go outside. He was so hyped for that match, she must be devastated. Okay. Welcome to Valhalla. Oh, hey, Say. Good evening, Jill. How are you doing? The nightmares have stopped, so I'm sleeping better. How about your injuries? My bones are healing nicely. My wound's finally closed. The scars itch a bit, though. Well, that's good to hear. Are you by yourself today? Yeah, I'm running a couple of errands by myself today. I wanted to come here for a while. I also noticed the big guy from last time is outside. Buster? Stella doesn't want me being alone while I'm healing, so she suggested taking him with me. Ah, I see. What can I get you? Something cold. Sure. If I charge my tablet and stop playing Monster Girl Puzzle so much, maybe the battery won't die on me so often. Yeah, her being distracted can be kind of funny because of what's going through the back of her mind. But alright, something cold. So something with ice. Sparkle Star. Yep, then we'll go with that. Moonblast. Yeah, what the hell. Let's make it a big. Ah, damn it. Oh, I keep. Yeah, no, I definitely haven't played for a bit, so you can tell, because I'm screwing up. On the rocks. And blended. So shake it up nice and good. I think you'll like this one. Really? So sweet of you. Thanks. So, Stella isn't with you today? Ah, she's throwing a mega Christmas party tomorrow and having a meeting today. So I'm just helping her by checking on some of the things she ordered. And here I was ready to invite you all to the party we're throwing tomorrow. You're throwing a party too? Sorry about that. Can't really say no to Stella. Maybe next time? If there is a next time, after all. Don't worry about it. It's not that big a deal. I want you to know I want you to have a good time. Have fun. Drink a couple of beers in our honor. I will then. And what are Stella's Christmas parties like? Oh, they're really big. There's lots of food and drinks and music. Sometimes there's too much food, though. So at the end of the party, she lets the staff take home whatever's left. She also buys toys for all the children of her staff members. Really? She says something about taxes or whatever, but during the whole thing, she just shines. She carries a beaming smile that I don't see any other day of the year. Many kids have even started calling her Auntie Ella. Stella always does her best to put up a tough girl facade, but she's very much in touch with her inner child. Christmas, Easter, Halloween, name a party and she's most likely celebrates it big. Interesting. Do you like parties, Jill? I don't mind them. They're a good place to see people. I'm not one to actively look for parties to attend, though. I just don't mind going to them. Ah, I see. I only go to parties that Stella's attending, because otherwise I just stand there without anything to say. And then, I'm not one to wear dresses, you know? You're not. I'm a tad too ripped, and they don't look cute on me. Although, with all this healing I have to do, I won't be as fit for a while. They're a bit too, breezy, too. Feel like I'm wearing nothing. But I bet you'd look good in a dress, Joe. It's been years since I last wore one. I wouldn't know. Last time I wore one, I remember worrying my arms were too thin or something like that. So we all have a complex, huh? I mean, even Stella has her own. That's hard to imagine. Oh, but she does have one. She distresses a lot about her bust size. Really? She's not that small. In fact, I'm smaller than her, and I think I'm smaller than her, in fact. Actually, it's the opposite. The opposite kind of complex, I mean. She's a bit self-conscious about having a big chest. Really? Again, I've seen bigger chests than hers, to be honest. Although I guess comparisons are useless here, that rarely helps with complexes. Well, she goes the extra mile to hide it. In fact, I have no idea how she does it. I mean, I've seen her before and after, and she tucks them away, but I guess I never cared enough to ask the specifics. That's also why when she goes out, she styles her hair in those, drills. They look a bit drilly, don't they? She styles her hair like that to help divert attention away from her chest. She seems affluent enough. Why not just go through a reduction surgery? Because she also kind of likes having that size. She takes her bust size after her mom, and Miss Carmine is quite proud of her chest. Puffing out your chest is a sign of confidence, and a bigger chest means more confidence to show. She says something along those lines a lot. Stella has quite the admiration for her mom, so I guess breast reduction would feel like betraying her? Huh. I'm making it sound like she's hiding J-cups or something like that. I guess in a taller or thicker person her size would be normal. She's just a bit shorter or thinner than the norm. Do you get self-conscious about your bust size, Jill? Not really. I've always been more self-conscious about my height. Although it usually comes up whenever I'm not being average height hinders me somehow. What about you? Yes and no? It's not my bust size, but rather that I look too manly sometimes. And I can't help but wonder if bigger boobs would help with that. You're fine. Don't worry. Thank you. Can I get you anything else? Do you have something non-alcoholic? I do. Give me a sec. Alright, something non-alcoholic. There. Sugar Rush is the obvious one, but what else isn't alcoholic? Alright, we'll try a Crevice Spike. So, 2 powdered Delta. And if we're not going to put it, we might as well make it a big one. And 8 Planigrade. And blend it. Alright. Pretty sure I got it. Okay, what am I doing wrong? Okay. So we'll do basic. Here. Thanks. You're not one to drink that much alcohol, are you? It makes me sleepy, or at the very least makes my legs go numb. It's an annoying feeling, to be honest. Makes me wonder what's so good about getting drunk. I mean, I'm not above it, but it's not exactly a pleasant feeling. You feel like you're sleepy even when you're not. Your legs go numb, everything starts sounding funnier than it really is. What's so good about not being able to control yourself? That's a good question, actually. Usually people like feeling numb because it's the numbness that helps forget their problems. Even if we don't talk about alcohol, there's a portion of people that can't afford food. Or who are suffering from some pain that only alleviates when drunk or high. It doesn't sound really logical on paper, but then again, humans are rarely, if ever, logical creatures. Despair and pain cloud your judgment and make you do stupid things sometimes. Yeah, I've seen that firsthand. This world has an ugly side nobody deserves to be part of. There's also the matter of addiction, you know? You start just thinking, liking the drink, but then you need more of it before you know it, you're hooked. Oh yeah, there's that too. So tell me, what kind of party are you guys throwing? Nothing fancy. It'll just be me, Boss Gil, and a couple of the regulars. They'll bring food, we'll chat for a while, and that's it. Oh, man, that sounds so good. At least better than the whole planning madness that Stella is throwing right now. If you ever throw something like that again, let me know, you hear? Sure. Hey, say. Yeah? What do you plan on doing now? I'm gonna check on one last errand before going home. No, I mean, what do you plan on doing now, with the White Knights disbanded and all? To be honest, I don't know. I never prepared a plan B because I figured if you can go with plan B, why not just make it plan A? I'm not the brightest person, so I never graduated from college or even high school. I could go for a position with the police, but it wouldn't be as thrilling. And I'm tired of blatant corruption, sick of it. Oh. But I'm alive. I learned something after that hell in Apollo Trust. Life is not something that you can just throw away easily. Clawing my way out of that place made me realize just how much I want to be alive. The body count left in the bank was ridiculous, but I'm still here. I don't know what I'll do, but I'm alive, and I'll figure out sooner or later. I'll figure it out sooner or later. That's nice to know. Well, I gotta go. Bye, Jill. Good luck with the party. Please come again. Welcome to Valhalla. Oh, hi, Mr. Detective. Hey there, girl. Give me a strong drink, won't you? Alright. Strong drink. So, something manly. Mars Blast. Suplex. Alright, we'll just do with the bronze gut punch. And make it hit him hard. Aged and mixed. Here you go. Yeah, this'll do. So what brought you here? Oh, nothing special. I was just working on a case and I happened to be in the area. What kind of work? Tracking someone, a gun for hire. Oh, what about that girl? Crimson something? I am tracking that girl. Didn't you just get out of that job? I did, but the guy offered a huge amount of money and, well, I just couldn't refuse again. Well, it's your life, not mine. I wonder, though, there has to be more to that whole thing than just acting as a middleman for looking for some murderer. Say, how safe is this place? We're protected by the BTC property laws, the walls are soundproof, and I really couldn't give less of a shit about selling info to anyone. Okay then, wait, soundproof walls? Why? Did you see the vending machines outside? They're quite talkative, the bastards. It'd be annoying without those walls. Alright then. Have you heard of Lord Lance Lavender? Nope. He's some big name from Kanye. Oh right, because in this universe Kanye got his own fucking country. I forgot about that. Kanye West got his own country. Okay. Back in the role. He's some big name from Kanye. His blood apparently has some weird reaction to Glitch City's nanomachines. Once in contact with the air, it does nothing, but if it's still fresh and touching someone's blood, the nanomachines will initiate a reaction. Essentially, they'll just eat through the other person's body until there's nothing left. They're using him as a guinea pig to see what causes the reaction and if it could be used to fight nanomachine rejection. Uh-huh. Well, turns out the Crimson Rose is his daughter. She left years ago to earn her living here and hasn't been seen ever since. He could be lying, you know. Doubt it. I did my research. She really is his daughter. Why didn't you figure that out earlier? I had no clue who was making the contract, and all the tracking all the messages to the source would have been too costly. Knowing who the sender was made things easier. I see. Can I get you anything else? What about a cobalt velvet? Okay. So, he's tracking this guy and their daughter. The rocks and just mixed. Here you are. Oh, you actually did it. Were you actually expecting me to mess up so you didn't have to pay? No. So what made you accept the contract anyway, keeping in mind all the risks you told me last time? He told me he wanted to see her again one last time, or at the very least deliver her a message. He could have been lying. Yeah, people lie. You've made your point. Even then, I felt like I couldn't say no. I mean, I know what it's like to not be able to find your daughter. What it's like to be apart from her, not knowing what she's doing, or even if she's alright. You do? I have a daughter. She's about your age. When she was a teen, we had a big fight and she ran away from home. At first, I just waited for her to show up, but then I started getting worried and went out to find her. I couldn't find any trace of her. Nobody had seen her. Soon, I was worried if something might have happened to her. I guess that's how my tracking skills and list of contacts began to grow. I finally found her, taking cover in some dumpster, unconscious from starvation. So yeah, I couldn't just say no to his request of finding his daughter. But I don't expect you to understand. So, how's the search going? I'm very close to finding her. That girl's pretty good at covering her tracks. Compared to her from before the bank incident, though, she seems slower somehow. Either she's let her guard down or something else is happening. What will you do when you find her? I have this letter I'm supposed to deliver to her. I don't know what it says, and I don't want to find out. What if she tries to kill you? I might not look it, but I can take care of myself, bartender. You don't stay so long in this business without picking up a couple of tricks. Yeah, you're right. Okay, I better get back to work before her trail goes cold. Please come again. Are you done? Yeah. Okay then, I want you here tomorrow at 8 p.m. No working beforehand, the bar will be closed tomorrow. Come dressed in your absolute best. We're having a party after all. Alright. Where's Gil, by the way? He stored all of our things in his home because of how close it was to the stores. So I told him to go home already and bring his stuff tomorrow. I see. Well, see you tomorrow, boss. Hold on. Wait a bit, and I'll go with you. Oh, sure, thanks. Alright, so made some decent cash, no mistakes. Merry Mega Christmas! Let's celebrate Santa's resurrection as Mega Santa that saved Christmas from the Redmonds. A party then? I'll bring you leftovers. And let's see. So today's the day of the Christmas party. The Mega Christmas party, sorry. Let's see. Okay. Yoroi is the best show. If you aren't a fan of Yuri or Slice of Life shows already, then be prepared to join the Moe Church this season with the premiere of Yuri. Oh. Okay, to explain this one, By the way, I love the foreign Jill. Want to watch it? Anime's for nerds. Hi, nerd. We see you, nerd. Okay, first off, for those who don't know, Yuri is basically lesbian baiting. It's about two girls having a relationship. The degree and how intimate and how much it pushes it will vary. Slice of life is basically what you may think of. It shows basically daily lives of the characters. And there's a particular genre that they call moe, which is basically cute. So it's one of those things that doesn't. People don't use the translation because it sounds a bit more fun to just say moe. And it's about, cute girls doing cute things together. Are they actually in a relationship? On and off? The usual drama of daily life. This one is actually a reference to an existing series called Yuri Yuri, which is basically exactly what it sounds like. Cute girls potentially dating, supposedly, or at least trying to romance each other. It's funny, it's silly. It's a comedy anime. One of the funniest shows I've seen in years, the pals at the Unpopular Danger U forum seem divided, however. There is such a thing as obvious pandering. Remember when anime was about women doing womanly things and beating the shit out of each other? What is this trash? No, those animes still exist. You girls are just haters who hate their lives. I'm gonna marry Sheena Sue, wake me up inside. Wow, some memes will never die. You can catch Yoro Yuri on Friday at RSTV. Is it sexist to have an army of robot women? The ones without artificial intelligence, mind you. The king of the West, Kanye, from the western nation of Kanyevania, has approximately 6,000 robot soldiers, all of whom look like the hottest girls around. But is this show of quirkiness from the wacky dictator problematic? Most dictators from Venezuela or whatever just do what they want. They don't give a shit, Murray and Zimmer 35 told the Augmented Eye during his... They're all pretty hot, though. If I was him, I'd have done the same. Why bother with the real thing when you can just make them from scratch to make sure every needs? More as we investigate. I'm pretty sure Kanye went through a demilitarization before. Yeah, and this is them remilitarizing, basically. Update 2. The messages have suddenly stopped and everything is normal again. Still, we can't stop wondering what's the deal. Was it a prankster or someone who just discovered how to subvert the public communication channels in Lilim? Either way, some reports indicate that Lilim behavior has been rather unusual of late, although we can only imagine the confusion that they were going through. Let's not forget something similar happened 5 years ago when Lilim advancement was at its historic high. Fortunately, nothing came of it. Will it happen again? Only time will tell. Yeah, interesting. Well, oh, Kira Mickey's got something. Mega Christmas is here. I'm way too used to Christmas, but the mega tradition here in Glitch City is mega comfy. I know it's an incredibly absurd name, and the holiday isn't less crazy due to its origin, but I find it amazing how Glitch City managed to replace the original festivities. Some places celebrate Christmas eating fried chicken, but here they outright changed the holiday. Well, it's not that different considering they have the same dates, but pretty cool. Oop, gotta go. Time to sign some books. Merry Mega Christmas. Was it Mega Christmas or Mega Christmas? Don't know. Don't care. Alright, well, all said and done. Let's go to work for the party. Evening. Jill, I told you to come in the nicest clothes you have. You came in your uniform. These are the nicest clothes I have with me. Besides, you and Gil are in your uniforms too. Well, I can't really show up in casual clothing. I'm being monitored. What about that kilt you wore one time? I'm still surprised that one didn't break the dress code somehow. And you, Gil? I don't have that many clothes to begin with. You people depress me. Well, that's... Wait. Well, that's everything in place back there. Ah, almost here. You know, there was a time when people greeted each other before saying stuff like that. Come on, Jill. Greet her properly. Welcome to Valhalla. Wait. Mom, I don't... If that's not the sign you need to ease up on the work, I don't know what is. Shut up! It's become a reflex. You have no idea how much I just... Same, Jill. Absolutely the same. I have worked at so many retail places that it's just like, hello, thank you for calling Sam's Club. How can I help you? I have worked so many different places. I get this mixed up sometimes. Wait, Alma also came in her usual attire. Why aren't you saying anything to her? Ribbed sweaters get a free pass. Why? Silly question, never mind. Titty hacker. Do we need to say more? Jillian came earlier too. The dogs went with him to get some ice. Don't we have ice? Trying to take it out of the bartending station is a chore, so it's better to buy some outside. Huh. What are you doing back there, Alma? Oh, setting up the food warmer. The what? I bought it 3 days ago. It's amazing. It looks just like a set of wires, but you can create a frame with them. Put the food inside it, press a button, and watch as it warms up the food like a microwave. It's an infomercial bauble, though. Really useful, but tricky to handle at the same time. One wrong move and we'll be out of food for the night. Everything will be scorched in a second. Oh. So you bought infomercial stuff too? Haven't you? It's the very least a good idea for gifts. Well... Dynamic entry! Finally, at least somebody came after me. Is it weird that I've already heard that 3 times in the last hour? Oh, don't be like that. She's not saying it out of malice or anything. She just found it funny. You're taking her side now? Jealous? You wish. You don't need to fight for me. We're not. I'll go check on the microwave wires thingy. I'm starting to get hungry. Great idea. Back. Oh. Ah. Hello, Jill. Soldier, you're late. Hey, Jay. See? That's how you greet people. You shut it. I'll go help I'll go help the sweater pups. Is something wrong? Yeah, she's not good with dogs. Oh! Alright, we're all here so we can start. Yo, Anchorage! Alma. I know what I said. How's the food going? It's doing well, but it'll take a bit. Can't you speed it up? I've used those microwave wire things before. It's either warm nicely but slowly, or burn that bitch. So, how long? 15 minutes or so. A bell will ring when the time comes. We need to kill some time then. Alright, let's play Truth or Dare. What? I'll pass. Games are for kids. I'm in. Sure, I'll play. Sounds fun! As long as that much stays away from me. That'll make time pass faster. I'll pass. You'll play. Oh boy. Alright, them rules are simple. If you get picked, you pick either Truth or Dare. After you finish, you get to pick somebody else. We go like that until the food's done. What about punishment games? Those are a hassle. Just use your new questions or challenges until the other person complies. That said, Jill. Yes? You start. Pick someone. Oh, let's see. Who do we want to mess with? Well, let's go with... Who to mess with? Let's go Dorothy. Well then, Dorothy. Yes? Truth or dare? Let's go with truth. Is there anything you have rejected from clients? Those who want to roleplay with mutilation? Huh. I mean, sure, I can take off my limbs with no problem. I have to do that for maintenance every now and again. But I'm not okay with doing it for clients, because first, that leaves me defenseless, which I cannot allow by any means. And second, half the time, the roleplay involves a violent scenario. And there are some behaviors I won't reinforce, namely non-consensual violence of any kind. Interesting. Alright then, my turn. You, Sweater Pups. Me. Truth or dare? Dare. Man, you're brave or stupid. Okay, I want you to say in the most sultry voice you can muster, admin override. Okay? Admin override. Happy? Yes, very. Seems you caused some collateral damage here. I don't know what you're talking about. Don't mind me. Seriously, guys? Well, let's see. You, the dog. My name is... Yeah, whatever. I want you to bark. I haven't picked dare. I said bark. Bark. I asked you to do it, not to say it. Bark. Barking. Hey, if I bark, I'm the king of the bar, 'cause I'm barking. Seriously, Jill? Yeah, I have a lame sense of humor, whatever. Alright, my turn. Hey Jay, truth or dare? Dare. Then pet me. I'll pick truth. Okay, why are your nails so thin? Your nails! You won't be able to dig with such flimsy nails. All humans have nails like this? Wait, they do? How do you dig? With shovels? You guys are weird. Why are you so reluctant to pet him? Call it a gut feeling. Wonder how long until the food's done. This time... Well, let's go with the boss. Alright, boss, pick. Truth me. How did you get your arm? On second thought, dare me. Lift Gil by the neck of his shirt. Okay. Eh? What? Happy? I guess. Who cares? I didn't hear about your arm. I do! I care! Alright, Gil. Now that I have you in this position, answer me. I didn't pick. You're in no position to pick. Now answer. Did you live in Scotland for 2 years? Scotland? No. I guess that rules out a couple of possibilities. Chief? What? Oh, right. I'm still lifting you. Sorry. And now she apologizes. I guess it's my turn. Hey, Alma. Truth or dare? Dare. Ooh, I have a suggestion. You stay quiet. Fine. How strong are those arms of yours? It's still my muscles under them, so not very. Although not having fleshy skin makes things easier. Wait, that's truth, not dare. I just wanted to make sure. I dare you to break this nut with your bare hands. Okay. Well, that was easy. Holy shit, Gil. Are you really into that? Eh? Asking a woman to break a nut in her hands and then watching her eat it? Does that turn you on? Eh? Wait. Is this an actual thing that turns guys on? I need to know for professional reasons. You're the pervert, Gilbert. Wait, that was close this time. My turn then. All right. Hey, Jill, pick. Truth? Okay then. What's your most embarrassing childhood theme? Elaborate? For example, when I was a girl, I wanted to be a professional puzzle master. I guess in a way I accomplished that, but you understand. I wanted to be a ventriloquist. Huh? When I was a child, I liked this show called Lucia's Funhouse. The one with the woman in the house with the big talking stuff. Yeah, that's the one. My parents divorced when I was around 6, I think. My mom was on tour with an orchestra and my dad was working constantly. I spent a lot of time with my grandpa, but he slept a lot, so I was on my own most of the time. I like to pretend things I like chairs or beds could talk, and since AI wasn't so advanced back then. Anyway, I went to a magic show once and there was this guy making a puppet talk. My dad told me he was a ventriloquist, so I kind of obsessed about wanting to be one. Even today, I'd be lying if I said I don't think about it every now and then. Ah, so that's why you pretend 4 can talk. She what? Nothing. I'm getting hungry. Okay, so we did both. Okay, let's grill Gil. Well then, Gil, what do you pick? I'll go with dare. I dare you to eat this bell pepper. Truth! Eat the bell pepper. Eat it. Eat it. I'd rather not. Eat it or I'll make your life impossible next week. Eat it or I'll make your life impossible next week. Was that hard? Yes. Anyway, what do you pick, Alma? I pick truth. What's the most embarrassing thing that happened to you while drunk? I almost bought a timeshare in Panama. Eh? What? Ha! I was on vacation with my family and my family's friends. We went to a hotel where a couple of salesmen tried to coerce us into buying a timeshare. When I was sober, it was obvious bullshit, but then I fell into their trap with the free bar. Were it not for my brother-in-law, I'd be forever doomed to spend 1 week a year in Panama. You could just not go. And lose my money. Forget it. A bell? Food's ready. Finally. Let's go. You guys go ahead. I'll have a quick smoke outside. Careful. Truth or dare, huh? It was fun, I guess. Hey. Hello. A bit late for the hello, don't you think? Want one? You know I don't smoke. True. Are you leaving already? Yeah, technically we celebrated Mega Christmas yesterday. But I just got a message that Diana is making a ruckus, so I have to leave. Good luck with that. Speaking of ruckus, how have you been doing? Fine, I guess. Oh, this has helped keep my mind off things for a while. Is it weird to feel the absence of someone you had no contact with whatsoever for the last 3 years? I'm gonna chip my own 2 cents in, no. Because that person was still in the back of your mind for the entirety of those 3 years, whether you will admit it or not. It's one of the things that is so clever about the writing about this game, is the simple truth that, in the back of her mind, Jill always had the idea that she could go back and apologize, that she had all the time in the world to go back and, fix things if she ever truly felt completely trapped. But this is one more door that's just shut in her face, and she just is stuck now. The only path forward, seemingly, is the closing of the bar, and whatever else comes after that. Ask Katsusa or any of the old literature maidens whose spouse went to war types. I mean, even if you had no contact with her, maybe she was constantly on your mind. If you tweak the circumstances, it's not that different from one of you going to a war. I guess. Well, although the circumstances make me not want to, I've got to go. Careful out there. Oh yeah, you should take the chance and spend this time with everyone inside, don't you think? Yeah, she's right. Hey, Jill's back! Ooh. The moon. In this version of human history, the moon's been destroyed. Well, Merry Mega Christmas to us all, I suppose. Jill home alone. Just for her and four, her tablet and a beer. Chapter 3, Dulce. Well, when all things fall apart, all you can do is keep walking. Alright. So, we just got a trophy. Okay. So, rent is due on the 30th. Please make sure you have 10,000 in your account or you'll be evicted. Jill wants to see if Alex Doll's beard actually grows. Buying it will prevent her. I've been using that hoodie a lot lately. Shut up. So, day 14. Let's go to the shop. Where is it? On the second page. Ah. Yeah, nice and cheap, so she won't get distracted today. And let's see. Let's go dangerous. Model Warrior returning to TV. Anyone watching it? I don't even have a TV, so useless Julianne is old and busted. Heard you talking shit about my waifu like I wouldn't find out. It's going to be censored? I don't think so. The show was rather tame as far as I know. I'm going to marry Julianne. Oh man, I remember watching the show when I was like 10. I think I discovered porn thanks to it. You will never discover Rule 34 for the first time ever. What again? Why keep trying? Never seen this show before. Is it any good or just a meme? It's a meme show, but there's nothing outstanding. What about the sequels? Are those going to be broadcast? Well, the sequels are shit. Is your lip trembling? No. Oh, she is pissed. You talk shit about her waifu. Alright. Street race at the Motor City. The Motor City District is notorious for the number of illegal street races, sees each week. 2 people died during a race hosted at the Gate Highway, others known as Death Lane. The transit police currently investigating the deaths as well as the underground. Yep. I don't agree yet. Will be the last, however, that's a promise. Yeah, so it's complicated, but the idea is they want to get rid of their illegal racing, but there might be other motivations for why. Happens in this cartoon. Cartoons are not for children. They're still largely colorful, but the themes they touch have become rather dark. In fact, every cartoon on there has dark themes. It's come to the point where innocent anime kids are no longer a thing. So children are young adults from birth now. But enter Touch Fluffy Tale, a new show that aims to challenge the current trend. No deep lore, no obscure adult references, no stupid deep plots, just fun with numbers and fluffy tales. I don't want to watch death threats for making a kids' cartoon. Stop. I rescued you. I'd touch your tail if I want to. Oh, yeah. Touch Fluffy Tails. Yep, poor cat. Glitch City Olympics. For the 10th consecutive year, the Glitch City Olympics returns to the emblematic Super Silver Thunderdome, this time with a representative from the elusive country of Kanye-vania. Prime Minister Quincy, who was in charge of the committee, told the Augmented Eye that it wasn't easy getting in touch with Kanye. And by the time we had to abide by some of those religious rules in order to see some of their best competitors come to the country, Kanye-vania's main religion, Kanyeism, shocking, prohibits the existence of nanomachines inside the body, and as such competitors from said country had to perform specific treatments in order to repel the swarm. It's a temporary solution, but it'll do the trick. I'm guessing tacky bodysuits weren't practical for sports. Yeah, no. Alright. Time to go back to work. Monday, December 26th. Good evening. Hey, Jill. Gil is in the back sorting an ingredients shipment, and I've got things to do. The dog's in charge, okay? Bye. What? Wait, the dog what? Okay, first order. Pet me. No. Pet me. No. I'm in charge and I want you to pet me. And with that, Jill promptly goes over to the machine, ignoring the dog and setting the music for the day. I love this game so much. Because every day is night, so welcome to Valhalla. Alright. Time's to mix drinks and change lives. AJ. Won't pet you. You'll pet me sooner or later. They all do. Won't. Will. You called? He said Will, not Gil. Who the hell is Will? Nobody. Don't be rude with poor Will. There's no Will. Do you need me to psych you up then? Shut up. Who? Me or who? Me or Will? You go back to whatever you were doing. Alright. And you stand by. Only if you pet me. Go! The fuck just happened? Well, aren't we spirited today? Welcome to Valhalla. Virgilio? Why do you sound so weirded out? You didn't show up with a bombastic soliloquy. Well, putting on an act can be tiring, you know. So it's all an act then. Wasn't it obvious? I guess. Would you mind getting me a Bleeding Jane? Sure. Virgilio wants a Bleeding Jane. Okay, well, that's simple enough. All blended. Okay. A bleeding Jane. Ah, yes, this is just the thing. So, tired of putting on an act? Care to explain? It's a long story, and I'd honestly rather not talk about it right now. Fair enough. What made you change your mind, though? Well, for one thing, it's safer for me now. The pompous buffoon act was mostly a way to avoid raising suspicion. Safer? There's a word that's been losing meaning lately. Wait, that was your way of avoiding suspicion? Yes. You do know how weird that sounds, right? Sounds weird. You try not to raise suspicion, but you act in a bombastic manner that screams you're there. And everyone dismisses the fool as a buffoon and moves on. Eh? I mean, you might be right if I were talking about hiding myself, but I'm avoiding certain crowds of people. Yes, my behavior might call everyone's attention, but then everyone just decides I'm harmless and disregards me. And depending on how erratic my actions are, I become harder to read, giving me yet another layer of enigma. Huh. Well, congrats, no offense, but I fell right into your plan. I just dismissed your actions as those of a fool and moved on. You completely fooled me. Thanks. Say, can you give me something spicy? Sure. Sweet. We already did a bloom... Let's see, bloom light. Alright, we'll go bloom light. Plantigrade, and then 6 Karma Tree. All aged, on the rocks, and just mixed. Here. Aren't you fascinated by spiciness? What's spicy for humans might not be spicy for other animals. Hell, what's toxic for us might not be for other creatures. Do you like spicy things, bartender? I don't mind them, I guess, but I'm not really a fan. That neutral stance is actually weird to come across. Everyone either loves spicy things or hates them with a passion. Do you like it? Lots. Not only in regards to painfully spicy things, but also the way a mild or slight spice adds to up a meal. I've always had this dream of opening a curry stand. As things are, I might actually pursue that dream. Let me know if you do. I haven't had curry in ages now. Hey, bartender. Call me Jill. I wanted to apologize. You put up with all this time without lashing out. I should apologize for my behavior, and thank you for that. Don't worry. I actually feel like I was too rude to you last time you came. Granted, you came at a really bad time, but I should be the one apologizing. You're a client, after all. Well, don't. I'm actually surprised that nobody else had violently lashed out at me yet. You are making me curious as to who you really are, though. Is Virgilio even your real name? It might be, it might not. Sometimes I wonder if I'm a magnet for people who hide their identity in sordid pasts. Gil, Jamie, you? Did you say something? Just rambling, pay me no mind. Now that I think about it, how did you find this bar? I was avoiding some chaps and came into this alley. Again. Again? In my time here, I've heard avoided people and ended up here enough times to make me believe that the original owner built this bar here thinking about the runaway public. You make me sound like a criminal. You're not helping. The expression runaway doesn't just mean people escaping the law, though. We've had people avoiding stalkers or solicitors. I've seen people more shocked by an insistent salesman than a shady's figure. Maybe because the salesman is far more active predator? I don't know. A troublesome part of the city right near a city right near the shopping district. Let them know there's a bar and they'll come. Sorry, I should stop rambling to myself so much. I don't mind it. Do you think I'm the sort of criminal, though? Like I said, you're not helping. But for all I know, you might be the buffoon I've seen all the other days. In any case, can I get something bitter here? On it. Let's give it a store special suplex. You know what? Nah, just give him a straight gut punch. And give him something heavy. Aged and mixed. Here. This works. Do you like coffee, Miss Bartender? As weird as it may sound from a smoking bartender, no, I don't. Well, I get it. It's not for everyone. That cat boomer the other day. What about her? Still scared of her? Oh, not really. But she looks so familiar. Maybe you're mixing her up with another cat boomer? No, that's not it. It's like the bandage girl last time. Even with the bandages, there's just something really familiar about her. Maybe you need to stop thinking about it. Answers usually come when you stop stressing out. You may be right. Well, I leave you for now, bartender. Thanks for everything. Please come again. Welcome to Valhalla. Oh, hello, Mr. Detective. And here we are with another mute person who wandered into the bar. Anything I can get you? Gut punch. Okay. Simple enough. Seems like he'll need it. Aged and mixed. Here. Oh, you got it right. So what's up now? A bit of the holiday blues, you could say. So you celebrate Mega Christmas? Why wouldn't I? You look kind of more like a Festivus kind of guy to me. Why does everyone keep saying that? Well, Festivus is a celebration of going against the capitalist madness that is Mega Christmas. And you know, cheapskate. If you have something to say, say it. I'll refrain. Although now that I think about it, holiday blues is not really tied to a specific celebration. Just the season. A season of consumerist craze. Mega Christmas is just a mockery of what real Christmas once was. I mean, the season has slowly become enslaved to the corporations over time. Holiday spirit can only be manipulated so much. But then came that Turbo Male guy. He started the yearly tradition of dressing up like Santa in the ring. Turbo Male? Turbo Male. That can't be his ring name. It is. Really? Such a tacky name was accepted. His partner was Buster Master and his rival was Dr. Chris Max. Tacky names were not a problem. I mean, I knew there was a wrestler that dressed as Santa every year. I also knew that the guy became insanely popular and the stunt got out of control. And of course, that's the part everyone sings about. Santa became Nega Santa thanks to the Redmond family. Nega Santa sees the error of his ways and becomes the mighty Mega Santa, renaming the holiday Mega Christmas. And then every company jumped on the bandwagon and Christmas was Mega Christmas before anyone noticed. So you're telling me that's the guy who somehow managed to rename the holiday went by the ring name Turbo Male. Yep. That makes the whole holiday sound like a joke. That holiday is a joke. And you're telling me you don't celebrate Festivus? No, I don't. Do you know what kind of people celebrate Festivus? The kind that's so lame and bland that they can only talk about how they're better because they celebrate Festivus. Like those jerks who only eat nuke and think they're better than everyone else. I see. Anything else I can get you? Give me a fringe reaver, will you? Sure. Yeah. I had something similar the other day where had a lady say Merry Christmas to me. I work retail. Then she backed up and went, or Kwanzaa. And I had to stop myself before I went, Lady, I don't celebrate either of those. And I just smiled, nodded, and told her to have a nice day, but I'm in the back of my head going, I have never even met anyone who directly celebrates Kwanzaa. And it was just one of those moments of, okay, just let it go, but it is just one of those. It's on par with the fact that I've also been asked, I had a lady walk up to me at one point and ask me what part of India I was born in. I'm an American. I was born in America. I have no Indian blood in me. Native American blood Indian, but not actual Indian. Anyway. Here. Right, thanks. So, any issues with the city lately? What's the word on the street? Shouldn't I be asking that? There's nothing new, really. The lynchings of the White Knights stopped, so there's that. Really? Something about the armor. I haven't gotten much info on that yet. All in all, the madness following the attack on the bank seems to have settled down a bit. That's good to hear. Have any other details about the attack emerged yet? All records of whatever happened there have been long deleted. Security cams, system logs, everything was wiped. Whatever happened there, it's become even more of a mystery now. I wonder if Say plans on testifying. Does anyone know if Say went in there in the first place? Maybe wiping off everything actually protects her somehow. Hey, bartender, you okay? Sorry, got distracted. There's not much to say, really. There's an odd, silly rumor here and there. Like the vending machine's tasers malfunction, implying more strength. Or that the writer of The Last Reign in the World is actually living here as a brain in a jar. But those are the kinds of rumors you hear from crackheads. Crackheads might hold the one last piece of info you need, but you also hear crap like that. I see. Actually, I wouldn't be surprised if that's true about the brain in the jar. Anyway, I'm leaving. Happy New Year, bartender. Please come again. Okay, then, but... Oh, no, wait, she's out. Gil, you there? Yeah, taking your break? Let me know if someone comes in. Alright. Sweet. Safe to keep playing. Things are pretty quiet outside. Ooh, Jill! Ah, Miss Kim. Just call me Kim. It sounds weird to be called Miss. You seem to be in a good mood. I got some money on Mega Christmas. Wouldn't you be happy? I guess. What can I get you? I'll have a beer. Okay. Alright, Kim's in a good mood, so let's get her a big beer. She's got money to burn, so let's help her burn it. And just mixed. Here. Thanks! So, how have you been doing? Pretty good, actually. My hair stopped falling out, my appetite's coming back. I didn't realize just how much the newspaper was weighing on me until I quit. I suddenly stopped feeling defeated. I actually felt like I achieved a victory. Like I got a hold of my life. So nice to hear. Oh yeah, I'll start bartender training in January too. Huh, really? Yeah, I did some research and it sounded cool. BTC gives you many benefits, so it sounds like a good thing to do for the time being. I don't know if it's what I want to do for the rest of my life, but this is a good start. It'll give me time to think on the next course of action. Oh, a bit of advice. Don't go for the BTC housing plans unless you absolutely have to. You have to sign a contract for at least 5 years of service with a cut in pay and tips. I was going to go for that one, but I backed down a bit at the last minute. How do you back down a bit? Well, I took the chance when the BTC found me an apartment, and instead of signing the BTC contract, I asked for a regular one. I still have no idea how I got away with that one. I thought those apartments were built by them or something. Back in England they are. They have their own real estate companies. Apartment complexes where they have the means to give a discounted room to the employees. But in this city, Realty Nua holds an unspoken real estate monopoly. So BTC can't easily offer such promises. Oh. Realty Nua is a bit weird as far as companies go. Their name has become synonymous with equality, a brand built around a certain expectations. But the truth is that Reality Nua has done little to no work in the last 10 years or so. Really? I mean, when they started, they managed to sell and build upon plots of land that everyone gave up on. They became a big name as far as real estate goes. But in reality, the company itself has actually done less than you'd think over the last years. Most of the time, they're cashing in on the established properties or letting other workers do the work for them. I believe it was in the last 10 years or so, they've only started around 3 or 4 new projects. And they're all expansions of their already established ones. You seem to know a lot about it. Nah, I've just read a lot about it over time, especially after hearing my landlord ramble about him. I think it's all par for the course for real estate companies, really. But it's true that when you hear a name so much, you expect something, I don't know, different? But enough rambling on my side, you must be thirsty. Can I get you anything else? Let's try a sugar rush. Okay. And get her pissed drunk. Alright, and before I serve this, I'm gonna grab a drink for me too, because my throat's getting sore. Oh yeah, I really needed that. Okay. Here you go. Yay! Actually, Jill, I came here today to thank you. Me? Yeah, back when I first showed up here, I was in a really rough spot. I was shocked, I was tired, I was a total mess. I even said some really mean things, but you had patience with me. Not to mention you helped me cool down and your boss saved me. And, I don't know, I felt like I had to tell you all that before the year ended. Much appreciated, thanks. But anyway, how are you doing? Last time you were a bit off. I'm better now, thanks a lot. I'm glad to hear it. It was weird to see you like that. I always felt like you were putting on a cool bartender act. It did? You don't? I don't. Are you sure? What you saw as a cool bartender act is what everyone else has described as being cold. I mean, cold and cool do mean the same, but... Nah, I don't try to put up that act. Sorry to disillusion you. I'm too much of a mess to do such a thing. Huh. Disappointed? Surprised, actually. What led me to believe you were putting on an act? And more importantly, how can I make use of that when I get assigned to a bar? I must investigate further. Good luck with that. Say, let's try something bubbly now. Alright. Frothy water. It's like champagne served on a cup that had a bit of cola left. And 10 Karmatrine. On the rocks and just mixed. Here. Thanks. Hey, Jill, I'm gonna need some ice. Ah, boss. Boss? Oh, I know you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey, it's nice to see you're fine. I'm more than fine. I'm alive. I'm here. I avoided my biggest mistake in life thanks to your timely intervention. I don't know what came over me. I just felt like everything was shouting. I couldn't stop the shouting, so I just felt like, thank you. Don't even mention it. I just did what I felt was right. Jill, ice please. Right. Are you alright? Did you seek help? I know a couple of people that could help you. Oh, don't worry, I'm perfectly fine. I've gone to a therapist a couple of times, but he says I'm okay. Something overcame me, but you intervened and... I don't know what to say. You already said thank you. Seeing that you're fine is more than enough for me. I should have come to thank you earlier. I owed you that at least. Don't worry, just go out and be happy. You have a second chance, so use it as best you can. I will. I'll be leaving. Happy New Year, Jill, and thank you again. Please come again. So, a couple of weeks ago, I read about some news about a woman saving a suicidal girl, catching her midair. Would you know something about that, boss? Maybe not. Whoever it was probably just did it because it was the right thing to do. Feeling lonely? That voice. Hi, Joe! Long time no see! Okay, this is Anna. This is the character, because I didn't do the original prologue, we didn't get to see. Anna basically talks with... The thing, it's alluded to in the beginning, but basically, Anna basically takes up the entirety of Jill's shift on the one day between the dogs and the return of Gil, and basically gets her talking to herself and spills all these drinks on the bar that she has forced to pay for. Which is why she starts out the game broke. Really long time no see. Seriously, it feels like it's been over a year since I last saw you. The time between the prologue release and the actual game's release. I was planning on visiting you last week, but things were pretty heavy back then. So I just waited in the background until the tension wore off a bit. If you go back to earlier in the game, you can see her image in the TV at certain days. Earth to Joe, I'm talking to you here. If I ignore her, she'll leave. I'm not an unfathomable sense of dread. You can't just ignore me, you know. Julianne Stingray, I'm talking to you. Calm down. Don't fall for her taunts. How did she know my full name, though? I thought your full name was Julianne Natalie Stingray. Or did you legally remove the Natalie? Never mind that. Is she reading my thoughts? Yeah, I mean, they're kind of written in the middle of the screen. Yes, it's part of the reason I didn't play the prologue, is because this character is such of a fourth wall breaker, she literally is breaking the fourth wall and reading what we see. Hard not to see them, honestly. Alright, that's it. I'm going crazy. That's such a self-centered way to see the world. You assume that you're crazy because you can't accept that this world could be weirder than you think. This world is amazing because of the things you can't explain. And just because only you experience something doesn't mean it's a lie or that you're crazy. I mean, just look at ASMR. No, I'm pretty sure that's what a crazy person would say in this scenario. You acknowledge me? Shit. That's good. I'm not serving you anything. What? Why? Last time you came, I had to clean the drinks I served you off the floor. Don't be like that. The drinks were also paid for with my money. I don't know how you did it, but that set any and all of my plans I had for the rest of the week off balance. I was going to buy some curry with the money I had to put up for those drinks. Dog duty's done. I know we have a slow days, but for God's sake. You okay? You look angry. I'm fine. Good job out there. I'm back. Boss, what happened? Meeting cut short. At least I drank the the bottles. Are you okay? You look distraught. I'm fine. So they really can't see you. I mean, you're right in front of them. And you're wearing jeans under a skirt. Why? Just why? Just from a stylistic thing, it bothers Jill. It's kind of like socks with sandals. It's just one of those inherent things of, why is this a thing? To annoy people, of course. Is that a new trend? What does she think she's doing? Everyone feels like it's not quite right. Everyone thinks they should call you out. But they can't bring themselves to do it because it's not that wrong. There are things like spats, after all. It's uncannily right, not all that wrong, and they can't stop staring. Not like anyone other than me could see it, though. Oh, they could see it if they wanted to. Jill, you're making an awful lot of faces there. You okay? Yeah, just remembering stuff. Man, I miss not being crazy. Boss, I'm leaving early today. And you stay here. Who stays where? Crap, did I just... You have to be the first person I've met who mixes their inner and outer voice. I thought I saw one of the dogs near the counter, sorry. Oh, okay. Can I leave a bit earlier today? Sure, thanks for taking care of the fort. What about me? You haven't left yet. I'll thank you when you leave. That's not what I... Whatever. Here's something in case you feel a bit lonely. No mistakes. Did pretty good overall. Rent is due. We have the money, so we don't need to worry about that. Jill just watched Night of the ID Snatchers. Buying a poster of it will prevent her from getting distracted. There's cats in heat outside. 4. I'd have blue balls if I still had any. Still so cruel. So we'll shop. Where's that movie poster? Alright, so Jill's feeling happier. We'll save. So we've reached... Alright, let's see, what's up new? Okay, the Yoru Yori's new season. It's finally here, can't believe it. Thank you, based god. All boards report in. What other boards, you idiot? Nice, more stupid moe blobs. It's new season, but the actual best you still up in the air. Main service gets cut off tomorrow because I can't afford it anymore. Wake me up. Get a job, you stupid... Oh god, here we go. Prepare hot cocoa, sit in comfy couch, put on favorite mega Christmas sweater, see snow falling, of course you and fall asleep and watch it ends. I am the comfy. I wish I was as comfy. You have work tomorrow. Enjoy yours for me. Sounds cute. For nerds, maybe. And anything interesting? Taylor the Bane, tired after name change request. A couple of weeks ago, we wrote about Taylor, one of the brains from the Solar Anima project. Highlights from the unfortunately stripped version was a stray comment about how many people asked Taylor to change their name to Brian on a regular basis. I know people try to be funny, but I won't change my name for a punchline. Taylor told the AE team, "I like the name Taylor, and there's nothing wrong with being with Brain. I just don't want to be part of the joke. My life is worth more than that." Taylor is currently looking at their chances at becoming a senator in the upcoming electoral season. So yes, in this fucked up city, the brain in the jar actually is looking to have a political career. Oh God, here we go. And Jill just goes, "Taylor!" Parliament discusses anime influence. During an unusual meeting held at Parliament today, delegates discussed the effect of anime on the population. "It's nothing but filth, trash," a representative from the Workers' Party yelled during the meeting. "If I could choke every single writer and animator out there, I'd do it. I'd choke them with my own enhanced hands." Several anime studio heads have responded to the news. I think they would ban it if it wasn't bringing in so much money into the local market, Yamake, the producer, told the Augmented Eye during a phone interview. "I do agree that anime is trash, but I'll save the genre. You can trust me." Oh, a reference to the fact that the former head of Ghibli said all anime is trash. And that doesn't mean trash is bad, it just means, it's got its ups and downs. If you want to know what the best definition of trash is, please go look up the channel Mother's Basement. He has a show dedicated specifically to anime trash. Biker gang arrested after vandalism during protests. The member of the largest biker gangs in the Motor City sector were arrested. The group's leader and her entourage were found at the site of a protest. Their leader, commonly known in the city streets as Christine Love, declared to the press that they were unjustly arrested and that their gang was only there to defend the protesters from the White Knights. "They're afraid of us. They know they can't take us down in the streets, so they use protesters as a shield, and we had no option but to surrender," Love told AE during a phone conversation. "They're currently detained and waiting for trial. The formal charges are unknown so far." Isn't she a game developer? She's many things. So, cool lady. Got arrested. Alright. Well, nothing else we can do but go to work. Tuesday, December 27th. Good evening. Hey, Joe. Let's have a New Year's party this Saturday. Isn't that a bit too soon? Why? Did someone famous get killed at a New Year's party? No, I mean... Never mind. Sure, I'm in for it. Great. And Gil? He's coming too. I mean, it's not like he has much of anything else to do. Hey. No, I mean, where is he? Oh, he was escorting a client of his to the station. He should be back any second now. Back. See? So you coming to the New Year's party too, Gil? It's not like I have anything else to do, so... Told ya. We're depressing people. Oh yeah, the kid from the other day, Gabby I think you called her, asked me to give you this. I believe it's a note. A note? Gabby, let's see. First of all, I want to apologize for my behavior before. I was still hurt by my sister's death, and it wasn't fair to take all that stress on you, let alone put the blame on you. And so, it feels weird to ask this of you after how I treated you, but I really want to talk with you. I want to catch up, to chat for a while, to do what you were doing with me before I lashed out. I want to understand this freedom you talked about, the fear that drove you to fight with my sister. I'll go back to the bar on the 31st. I won't take much of your time. If you don't want to see me after all that, I'll understand. But please, I really want to talk to you, Gabby. Wow, that girl has a big vocabulary. She was always the smart one. The 31st is written in different handwriting. Oh yeah, she asked me when you would be here and relatively free, so I told her about the party. I also assumed you'd say yes to the party, which might not have been the best idea now that I think about it. Boss, I'm having second thoughts about coming to the party. What? Why? Because I don't really want to face Gabby again? Now it's coming back to me. What drove me to never go back and apologize after all these years? Fear and shame. Shame because I know I made a hideously stupid mistake and it's painful to face your mistakes. And I fear what they might say. With Lenore, we never broke up formally, so I was always afraid that if we were to meet again, she'd break up with me. And I don't want Gabby to tell me that she hates me to my face. Lenore was in the right to break up with me, and Gabby is in the right to hate me. But I don't want her to. Maybe if I never see her again, she'll tell me that and... Jill, you idiot! You're thinking backwards. Why didn't you say that she wanted to... Didn't you say that she wanted to understand you? If you bail out on this, she will hate you. Not only that, but you're going to get a new chance here. Do you want to live the rest of your life running away from another memory? Didn't you just say to Armitage that you hated the feeling like that? Armitage? Titty hacker. Alma, right. I don't know what happened to you when you fought with that girl's sister, but now you have a chance to make amends. And not only that, you have us watching your back. So I want you to think about this. One day of fear or a lifetime filled with regret. Which one do you pick? Yeah, you're right. I hate feeling like that. I won't run away this time. Good, because I would have gone to your apartment and dragged you out of there if I need be. Hey, boss. Thanks. That's what friends are for. Yeah. Anyway, let's start the day. And we'll just keep the music. Time to mix drinks and change lives. Seriously, though, it's the second note that has stirred such feelings in me. Second one? 2 weeks ago, I got another note in the mail. This one was from Lenore. Was that in the envelope you took away from me in a panic? Yep. You haven't opened it. Why not open it with Gabby? You're facing one fear, might as well face the other. Maybe. Don't push her, Chief. I'm not. I just know she's capable of doing all that. I'll go secure stuff for the party. Call me if you need anything. Keep it up, Jill. Thanks. Happy holidays! Someone's happy. We held a party for the staff and their children. You should have seen the faces of those kids receiving the gifts. Nabbing that Santa suit at the last minute the other day was totally worth it. Santa dresses seem to have been popular this year. I heard they were sold out in most places. There was this weird shortage of Santa suits, but luck was on my side this year. Sorry for that outburst. Why? You look so happy. I felt happy too. You shouldn't hide your happiness. Anyway, can you get me a cobalt velvet, please? Sure. Cobalt velvet for Stella. There are people who just love to do that kind of thing, and there's nothing wrong with it. Here. Thanks. Are you meeting with Say today? She should be here in a bit. She told me she wanted a drink here since I was coming here too. Sadly, I can't stay for long. I have some errands to run. How has she been lately? Oh, she's better. Her wounds have been healing nicely. If only she stopped scratching at that bandages so often. What about her eye? Eye? Oh, hers. Sorry. It'll take longer to heal, but as long as it's kept clean, there should be no problem. But to be honest, I'm more worried about her emotional wounds. She doesn't show it, but she's had depressive bouts from time to time. And who can blame her? Her life changed completely. The job she loved no longer exists, and she was used as a disposable pawn in the whole bank affair. I'm afraid it will all make her go back to her old ways. Old ways? There was a rough spot when Say was a teen. Her mom's clinic was about to close, then her biological father, who was an asshole, showed up, and the teachers at her school didn't help. Say is not a slow learner by any means, but her way of learning stuff is different. She needs equivalences to things she knows. You need to get a bit in her mindset. Once you get this, she's a fast learner, but schools don't have that kind of patience. They basically branded her a failure. She even dropped out. I would have suggested a special course somewhere, but that would have offended her. She's always been against being labeled as special or different. Anyway, Say is totally different during that period. Foul mouse, short-fused, always frowning, the total opposite of how she is nowadays. From time to time, I see that old look cross her face, and it scares me. You're comparing yourself to her teen self, though. People mature. Maybe she'll show signs of it from time to time, but I bet Say knows better than to go back to that. I hope so. Get me something cold and sweet, won't you? Sure. Sweet, cold, Blue Fairy? Moonblast, yep. Cold and sweet. Alright. And 2 powdered Delta. On the rocks and blended, so shaken up real good. Here. Thanks. This is the kind of stuff Say asks for, you know? Now that you mention it. So, I take it Say's family situation is exactly fine and dandy, huh? It's a mess they've tried to fix over time. And I'm glad they've actually done it. Say's mom had a really abusive relationship with Say's biological father. Sadly, like many women in that situation, she just tried to justify his actions. But apparently things got nasty when Say's mom, Miss Emmy, got pregnant. At that point she had an epiphany, one could say. She didn't want that guy to raise her child, so she finally sought help. Things weren't so easy though. Before the authorities could take him away, Miss Emmy got a serious beating from him. He still uses a cane to walk thanks to that. She moved here, Say was born. She started her veterinary clinic. So, did he come back? He was drunk and couldn't find any drugs, so he made it to the city. He caused a ruckus for a couple of days until Say managed to scare him off. How? She beat him near to death. 3 times. Sorry, I shouldn't laugh, but... Oh, don't worry, I laughed too. The dramatic irony there is delicious. I've been wondering, can you really be so calm in the lower parts of the city? I mean, the streets are not exactly safe, and the cat boomer is sure to become a target. Well, I have my security staff with me at all times, so there's no problem. Besides, this part of the city is comfier. Come again? Sure, uptown is cleaner and maybe more secure, but it's also too sterile. Around here, you can actually feel the warmth of the people. You feel they're people, living. I like especially going to a busy food stand. I feel a warmth there that uptown doesn't have. Oh, it's also easier to talk to people. Oh, you finally came. Welcome. If you try and talk to someone in the upper part of the city, they either shrug you off or flat out ignore you. People around here are a bit wary, but they're also more likely to talk to you. Not that things are nice there, though. Can I get you something? I feel like having a beer. Make that too. But I just want one. I'm asking for one for me, adding one to your order. Oh, that! Right. Two burgers for the girls. Sorry I'm not the greatest voice actor, and I'm sure there's plenty of other funnier people to play this game, but, well, what can I say? It's one of those things of, I enjoy doing it anyway, and I know I'll never be a popular, famous YouTuber who will make money, so it's kind of the acceptance of, I'm gonna do what I want until the end of the world comes. It's one of those things that, the acceptance of, I'm never going to be famous, so might as well just enjoy what I can. Here. Thank you. Thanks. Say, you should have seen the kids after you left. They were all playing with the toys you picked. You nailed it again this year. They were all asking, "Where's Say? Where's Say?" Why do they just call you Say? Why do they call you just Say when they call me Auntie Stella? I don't look that old. Don't worry, they still like you. Sorry, I had to leave, but Mom worked overtime that night and I couldn't leave her alone. What happened? Well, there were some fireworks and some dog thought it'd be safe to hide in a jar. The little guy managed to get his head and paw inside before getting stuck. There was plastic, so they couldn't just try and break it. Oh, that's messy. Yeah, she needed someone to hold the dog while she worked. Poor fellow was scared. Well, I'm out. Oh, yeah. We'll have a New Year's party this Saturday if you want to come. Sure, it'll be better than depressing myself with my dad's woes about the next fiscal year. I'll be here. Bye, Jill. Bye, Say. Careful. Please come again. You want to come too? I'd love to. I'll also make up for not coming last time. How was the party? Pretty nice. We played Truth or Dare. Had some fun, broke some glasses, ate lots and lots of food. Seriously, looking back at the amount of food was ridiculous compared to the number of people who were there. Better leftovers than left hanging, don't you think? Yeah. Can I get you something? Let's try something classy. Okay. Dunno. You know what? Let's make Jill giggle. We'll give her a bad touch. Wait, wrong. And lots of carpentry. All on the rocks and mixed. Something classy. Yep, this is the thing. Stella came in quite the cheery mood about Sunday. Oh, this Sunday? Oh yeah! Well, you know, her birthday is actually the 25th. Really? There's this weird story from when she was a kid. She heard Mega Santa's story and somehow got it into her head that being born on the 25th, she was the spiritual reincarnation of the original Santa. That made her start giving out gifts like crazy. She got over it, but the gifting stuck to her. Spiritual reincarnation? Well, the story says the Redmond family destroyed Santa's spirit, and that Mega Santa was reborn as a manifestation of the Christmas spirit. She thought she was the old Santa spirit in a new body. That girl was as delusional as a kid. Huh. Speaking of things you did when you were young, Stella mentioned she's worried about you going back to your old ways. Something about a rough period where you were angry or something? Oh, that. It's sweet that she's worried, but I won't be going back to those days just like that, though. Even if I face the same situation, I'm more mature, you know? I'm not a teen anymore. I expected as much. Told her as such. Hey, can you get me something bubbly? Sure. Something bubbly for the bubbly girl. Why not a fringe weaver? All aged and mixed. Here. Bubbly, bubbly. Hey, Jill. This might seem a bit random, but do you remember the first time I came here? Yeah, you were the second white knight that I've served. I remember. Why? Precisely because of that. I've been meaning to ask you about that story. How was your other experience with a white knight? If I had to put it simply, the total opposite of you. Oh? She came here as part of her work, looking for information on some case. I went through the motions, offering her a drink and all that, but she came only for the job. At first I thought she was just another private eye, but she showed me the badge and all. What kind of case was it? I wouldn't know. She never told me, but she asked if I saw some people. She got pretty intense when I asked her when I told her I had no idea what she was talking about. I suggested she ask the vending machines outside, and they told her the suspect climbed on them. She got her info and left. She left, pretty professional, if a bit intimidating. She seemed personally invested in the case, though. The way she lost her cool was suspicious. Yeah, you seem pretty good at reading people, Jill. Makes me kinda jealous. Nah, I'm not good at that. It's just a coincidence that I noticed it. But you noticed it. I'm not good at reading people. Even if the cue was thrown in my face, I wouldn't be able to see it. I'm sure you can compensate with another skill. Any particular reason you asked me about this event? Oh, not really. I just found the fact that I was the only other white knight and you served weird. I mean, really? Just two? Weird, I know. I've spent most of my life with almost no interaction with the white knights until I met you. Means you had a nice life then. That sounded creepier than I thought. A bit, yeah. Well, I'm done for today. Thanks, Jill. Please come again. I'll go take my break, Gil. Sure. So what do you all think? Jill's getting a little more stable. But still, you can feel little bits of lingering mixed confusion in her. Wonder if I left enough food for 4. Okay, I'm here. Dorothy. You won't get through the bar anytime soon. You can stop walking. Huh? Honey. You want something? The usual, I guess. Usual. I wonder what's going on with her. I'm genuinely blanking on what her usual is. We'll give her a blue fairy. I know that's something she does like. And the optional aged, and here you go. Okay, you're freaking me out. What's up with you? Hey, honey. How do you know what's real? How so? I mean, how do you know what you see is an actual thing? How can you tell if what you see around you is actually happening? What tells you everything is not actually a fabrication? What tells me I'm not just a simulation in a computer? And those ponderings brought you to the bar? What? Oh, I'm in the bar? Am I? Dorothy. So you're having a solipsistic crisis of sorts. What? Solipsism. The theory that the self is the only thing that can be known to exist. See? That's another thing right there. That word. Solipsism. What does it even mean? Where the hell did it come from? Well, solus means alone, and ipse means self. Yeah, but how did it come to be? Do you expect me to believe that a lot of people just randomly decide to make noises? And decide, hey, let's make this noise mean this? It doesn't make sense. Words don't make sense. I've been repeating words for a long time and they stop making sense. Why? Calm down. That's just a semantic satiation. Stop making up words, honey. And then there's this counter. How can I be sure this counter is really here? It is. Please stop tapping it. Hold on, just making sure. I should make her a drink. At the very least, I'll have something to throw at her. Let's go this time. Piano woman. You know what? Crevice spike. Blended. Stop tapping the counter so much. I'm this close to throwing this at your face. Sorry. So let's start from the beginning. Since when did you have this existential crisis? Since earlier today, I think? But I don't know, it was all too sudden. I was thinking about everything that happened from a week ago until now. How much fun I was having, how much I loved everyone around me. And out of nowhere, the thoughts start piling up in my head. What is love? What is fun? Are those feelings real? Is all of that real? Am I real? What tells me I'm actually in a body? What if I'm just some computer somewhere thinking it has a body? What if I'm just a human girl in a comatose dream? What tells me that you're real? For all I know, I might just be a figment of someone's imagination. Or even just an AI simulation in some computer that thinks it's a human. I've been there, Dorothy. That existential doubt and crisis, that uncertainty about whether or not things are real. It was a couple of months only, but I remember having panic attacks and scratching my arm to feel something. But the panic attacks gave me a rush of adrenaline, so I couldn't feel the scratch and the fear got worse. What did you do to get over it? Oddly enough, I read a book. The Last Rain in the World, one of my favorites. At one point I cried with the book and I realized I was crying over fake things, a story and its characters. I didn't care less for them because they were fake. Why not think of reality like that too? Even if I'm a figment of someone's imagination, I'd still care about you. That's what I told myself, at least. It wasn't immediate, but that focus helped me. I like it. Hey, can I take this drink? I made it for you. Thanks. Okay then. Why did you throw it on your head? To feel something you made. And? It burns and itches a bit. I'll get you a towel. Delivery for Dana Zane. Oh, I've been here before. Mr. Mario, welcome back. I have a delivery for Dana Zane. Who's that? Oh, she's my boss. I'll get her. Right, sign here, please. It's a big package. I wonder what's inside. You should open it. If it's something perishable, maybe it'll need to be refrigerated. Let's see. It's a wiener. A really big wiener. Hey, honey. Hmm? The big package had a big wiener inside. What will your boss do with such a thing? I don't know how she'll cook it. Perhaps she'll chop it? Honey! Seems the wiener is too big to eat correctly. Stop! Stop! Maybe you could prepare some now? What do you say, honey? Do you want some of your boss's wiener? Seriously, Jill? She's the one making the jokes! And you're the one trying to not to laugh too hard at them. Anyway, we all know if we dare cook this without her permission, she'll hang us upside down. She'll hang me upside down. Hey, Jacket Boy, what's your name? Mario. Come on, Mario, I'll buy you a drink. He might have another delivery, you know. Oh no, this is the actual last one, actually. I'll accept your offer. I'll have a sunshine cloud. And you? I'm fine. The dirty jokes you can't just walk into. And just that moment of, oh god, Jill is way too easily amused. And blended. Here. Thanks. Hey, call me Dorothy. You can also call me Darling for the right amount. Yeah, Dorothy, why did you buy me a drink? Just to let you know, I don't swing that way. What way? Little? I'm a man's man. I like men, okay? Not that there's anything wrong with liking women, but, oh, don't worry, I wasn't hitting on you. I was thanking you. Thanking me? Your package let me see my honey here laughing like an idiot. It's easier than you think. That made me happy, and I don't know, it's fit with what she was telling me earlier. I'm more calm now than when I entered. Glad to help, I guess? Well, duty calls. Bye, Mario. Bye, John. Bye, honey. Enjoy your big wiener. Out with you. Out, out. She seems like a nice girl. I don't mean for it to sound like I get it, don't worry. You like guys, it's clear. Speaking of, you like motorcycles, don't you? I do, yeah. Have you been to the Motor District? I spend all my free time in the Motor District, actually. Why? Is it true what they say about all the illegal races going on? You're not a cop, are you? As far as I remember, no. Well, I mean, there are legal street races, but there's also a semi-legal league going on there. Semi-legal? The authorities acknowledge that there's racing going on. They don't know what goes on in them, however. Modified engines, casualties, substance abuse. The illegal ones end up being safer in the end. Huh. Have you heard about a biker called Christine Love? Miss Love? Of course! Everyone knows about her. Who she is. What about her? Is her gang as dangerous as they say? I don't know. Nobody knows. Excuse me? They look intimidating enough, but the truth is that nobody has faced them directly. Moreover, nobody wants to be the one that got beaten to a pulp if they turn out to be what they seem. So our gang is just there, menacingly doing their own thing, not bothering anyone. Oh. Do you want anything else? I'll have a piano man. Alright. Oh, God. Yeah, I love that. Jill just completely loses her shit at that. Alright. on the rocks and mixed. Here. Yeah, this is nice. Hey, you two an item. Yeah! What are you trying to say with that laughter, Gil? No, we're not. What's wrong with you? Eh? You work with this hunk of a man and you don't feel at least a bit tempted? How can you be so calm with his smell so close to you? Ever heard the expression, his past is a fucking weight I don't want to carry? Because his past is a fucking weight I don't want to carry. If he even has a past at all, I'm having my doubts lately. Are you implying that he's not good game? Oh, don't misunderstand. Gil is good game. He's not bad looking, he's a gentleman, and he's always attentive. But he's also distant and will take many steps back when he feels like he's getting too close to somebody. You don't have to marry him, just push him into a closet and... not interested. You annoy me, bartender. You don't see what you have right in front of you. I'm out. Please come again. Ah, Gil, you heartbreaking fuckboy. Mac, did I miss anything? I discovered that I have a sense of humor of an 8-year-old. Did anything new happen? Hey! They brought you a package. Ah, yes, my curated wiener. It's a gift from my folks. It was delayed in customs, but here it is. You guys want some of it? That's a new one. Ah, man. Okay, when that actually brings her luck, yeah. So we have the money, so we'll be fine, we won't get evicted. You've been chuckling since yesterday. Wiener. Jill has the sense of humor of an 8-year-old. She's an adorable dork. And is just one of those fun characters that is so nice to be around. Alright. So, was Maneki Neko. They say he's bring, but his paw's broken, so I wouldn't trust him. Why not? Alright, anything new? The bar called Valhalla! Is that any good? I need a place to unwind after work. Work. Normies are taking over, huh? Everyone is a neat, just like me, anyway. Place is cool, but bartender can be a bit of a dick. How so? Never been there, so I wouldn't know. Is she cute? I can take if she's cute. She's cute, but I think she's a bit full of herself. The guy seems a bit more of a bro. I see you already have a conversation with her. Did she reject your advances? Nah, I just heard from the distance. So is that a no? Kinda. I mean, if you're just going there just to chat. I just want a place to chill for a bit and meet new people. Can I smoke there? Is there any bar from the BTC where you can smoke? Nope. Bummer. Well, I think I'm going next week. Sounds good enough for me. So I'm full of myself? You are. Thanks. You'd think your cat would at least stick up for you. First space colony to develop its own army. Even though space was imagined as the promised land, a place where humanity would start over, it looks like we're about to repeat our past mistakes from the past. The first space colony, Shin Outer Paradise, is currently in talks to develop its own privately owned army, following alleged threats from a notorious terrorist group. We're discussing it right now, but the law is most likely approved. We'll have an army and we'll defend our motherland from any terrorist threat. Alice Rabbit chimed in during a private stream. The terrorist group does not exist. Don't let the government of Outer Paradise fool you. The only reason for this law is so they can have more control over the population. Alice Rabbit is in space too? Amazing. Oh boy. Woman marries anime pillow. Nobody is actually surprised. I remember a time when wacky stuff like this made a lot of headlines, but even though I'm reporting on it, I can't help but think how mundane it's become. I mean, we live in a world where you can just plug into the internet and live there for as long as your wallet can afford related fees. Lots of people get married in these virtual places. Thanks to new technologies, the traditional views on human relationships have changed so much that someone marrying a literal object feels kind of tame somehow. If the pillow had some form of intelligence, it might be somewhat different, but it's just a plain generic anime hug pillow. Get with the times, Grandma. 4. You want to marry me? Can't marry your own son. So she views the cat as her child. Yick the Final Remaster leads video game charts. The newest remaster of 2016's Yick, a postmodern RPG, opens the charts this week with 3.5 million copies. Other titles include Hatsune Miku, Project Remaster, and Sting's Face Remastered. So, Hatsune Miku game, and not sure what they're calling Sting's Face. Full chart, including lifetime sales, Yick, Hatsune Miku, Sting's Face, Water Pro Wrestling G, Dang It, Ron Paul. This is the third final this year. Alright, so nothing too especially noteworthy. So let's move on and keep heading down. Wednesday, December 28th. Good evening. Jill, I'm just going out to get some firecrackers. Firecrackers? It's New Year's, right? We need some. When firecrackers scare off the dog... Yeah, good idea, go ahead. I'll be back in a bit. Even for a cat lover, you sure get excited about firecrackers a whole lot more when dogs are involved. I know how hypocritical it sounds, and I don't care. Jamie's here. Greetings. Anyway, let's start. Yeah, one of those days you don't really have time to just talk. You kind of just go. Let's see. The neon glow lights. Alright. Time to mix drinks and change lives. The guy who wouldn't come back twice. Yeah, shut up. By any chance, did something fly over here 2 weeks ago? On Friday? Yes. There were lots of weird explosion noises throughout the night. But as far as I understand, those were made by a flying drone or something like that? Oh, so it flew by here. I take it you wouldn't know what made the noise? Let's just keep it at whatever drone story you heard. Right. The noise got annoying after a while, I must say. So it remained in the vicinity. I don't know what counts as in the vicinity, but yeah. Distant explosions all night. Interesting. So it didn't get far away. No, get me a Mars Blast. Mars Blast for the guy who wouldn't come back twice. Alright, and it's naturally big, so nothing we can do to it. And 2 carpentry. All blended. Okay. Still. Here you go. Well, you didn't mess up. Sorry if I may interject. You looking for a fight? Most certainly not. You really think you'd stand a chance? You're like half his size? I can fight dirty. He kills people for a living. I can fight dirty. Jill, please, you make me sound like a savage. It'd be like me saying that you get people drunk for a living. It's not wrong, but there are better ways of saying stuff like that. You're right, sorry. And like I said, I'm not looking for a fight. I just noticed you seem like strong drinks. What about it? Well, to be honest, it's a rare sight in this bar. I'd even come to believe I'm the only one here who enjoys them aside from the owner. May I suggest you try a suplex next time? It might be to your liking. Okay, let's try this suplex thing. Right. Let's give Ingram a suplex. Wow, that sounded weird. It was made by the boss, I believe, canonically, so... make it a big one. And 6 Karmatrine. All on the rocks and just mixed. Here. Good stuff. Like a less burning but punchier pile driver. Say, your face looks somehow familiar, mister. Yeah, just call me Jamie. And you are? Oh, I'm Ingram. Anyway, I think I saw your face somewhere. Maybe when I need to look for a specific file at, Did you perhaps go through a nanomachine expunge? I did, actually. I figured as much. Only a handful of people do that. And almost all of them are people with nanomachine rejection that feel oddly suicidal. So why go through the whole thing? Rejection. Need something to hide something? The second thing. It's easier to remain undetected when they have no means to track you or your activity. Ah, I see. How's the expunge work? You lie in a pressure chamber and they give you a special IV solution. It causes nanomachine rejection while giving you the antibodies needed to prevent them from getting back in. For 5 hours you're trapped in a bed with a horrible pressure builds up in your body and nanomachines are forced out. They're like little needles all over your body. And you feel them in your eyes and your gums and your toes, everywhere. And after all that, they need to implant you with a special mechanism that constantly releases the same antibodies. Ouch. What are you having, Jamie? This is a gut punch. Yeah, should have figured. Hey, give me one of those. Sure. Let's give him a gut punch. Again, that didn't sound right. Yeah. But yeah, you can imagine what that's gotta feel like. All that pressure building up around you and then just the prickling of needles all throughout your body as you push out every nanomachine in you. Oi. That has gotta be rough. Aged and mixed. Here. Yeah, I love these. Yeah, I love these. It looks different from yours, though. I had a couple extras to his, actually. So, where's the antibody unit they stuck you with, Jamie? Yeah. Inside, like all the other maintenance systems. It can be troublesome at times, but the perks of not having nanomachines in the body outweigh the cons. And the rest of the enhancements? Were you reconstructed, or have you been adding them over time? Over time. Either by getting a much-needed enhancement or through fixing injuries. I see. Well, it was a pleasure, Jamie, but I gotta leave. Nice meeting you, Ingram. Please come again. Don't count on it. You've said that twice. Shut up. Seemed like a nice enough guy, right? I won't call him a bastard, but he's not the nicest in the bunch. Maybe you caught him on a bad day? Nah, I think you're just that good at bringing out the nicer side of people. Oddly enough. That guy tires the hell out of me. Someone's in a good mood. Give me a bad touch, will you? That way you'll be in a good mood too. A bad touch for Alma. Ah, boy. Yeah, it's a big one. And 8 Karmatrine. On the rocks, and just mixed. Here. Jill, you have such a pretty, petty sense of humor. Guilty as charged. So it puts you in a good mood. Oh yeah, that. Today my sister was supposed to be in court for all the custody proceedings. Of course, not only does she show up later than her husband and drunk at that, but also dressed like she got fucked in the back of the parking lot. And to top it all off, she forgot to even bring her kids. Luckily, my parents brought them to the court. The judge assigned the kids to my parents for the time being. So she really messed it up, huh? When they came back to the house and Diana started throwing a temper tantrum, she said it was lucky her husband didn't get the kids because the angst would make her jump into the highway. So Eva comes and says, "Then make sure that kills you because we aren't dealing with you as a cripple." I shouldn't reinforce that behavior, but I don't know. Maybe it was the timing, but I've been laughing for an hour now. You hold quite the animosity for Diana, don't you? She and I used to be the closest friends when I was 7 or 8. We played all the time, we even slept in the same bed for a while. Then she turned into a team. We stopped playing, she had other things she wanted to do. I could forgive all that, I mean, the age difference and all. But there is something in particular I still can't forgive. It was the day she invited her friends to the house, and I went to ask her something. As I was leaving, one of her friends asked if I was her sister, and she said she had no little sisters. Ouch. I think that was the moment I finally broke the pedestal I held her on. I admired her as much as a kid could admire someone, you know? Little by little, that admiration wore off until we finally reached that breaking point. I felt betrayed. And you haven't been able to forgive her after 40 years? Hey! It's not that I hold a grudge against her, but rather, the Diana who said all those things so many years ago is the same Diana I know today. How so? She hasn't matured one bit. She's still as selfish, childish, and immature as she was back then. When you see her, you don't see an adult, you see an overgrown, horny teen. So aside from destroying any admiration I held for her, she's made sure not to fix that impression. Huh. Yeah, this is something one of the many reasons I love the way this game goes. Little detail stuff, like, little things like, here, on many blander kind of writing, there would be some kind of redemption arc for her sister. No, Diana is a piece of shit that has never grown or matured, and probably never will. Her children may eventually either grow up to be like her, or break the curse and find their own ways in life. And all we can hope is that they realize the mistakes their mother made and not repeat them. Other side note. Magical Warrior Julianne is up on the monitor. Yeah, because the show started, you are now able to put that on, and imagine Jill is watching it in the corner of her eye as the day goes on, and just every now and then there's a little tear down her cheek from watching the show. Anyway, But enough about me. How are you? Everything's fine, aside from this note. A note? Remember how I told you I lashed out at my dead ex's sister? Yeah. I got this note from her. Let's see. Well, she must really feel bad about the whole thing. As do I. So what's the problem then? The same fear that drove me away from her in the first place. Alright. Give me a Brantini, will you? There's a little story I want to tell you. Right. Simple enough. Aged and mixed. Here. This is the thing. Let's start. Boo! Oh, hell no. This is the story of a girl who grew up disillusioned with one of her sisters. Soon it became animosity, and not long after that, she distanced herself completely from said sister. With time, the girl would become attached to her eldest sister, looking up to her achievements. All I can look at right now are those boobs. Not now. Said sister would even marry the girl's best friend not soon after. And after the girl went into college, she said her sister would quit her job. The sister was worried sick about leaving her baby kid all alone, prompting her to quit her high-ranking job. What if I hire your high-ranking lips? Shut up. The girl, even as an adult, felt betrayed. Her role model sister went against everything she held her in high esteem for. She was no longer a child, and yet she felt like part of her had crumbled. Hey Joe, I can lift your sweater. Do you want to see? I bet you want to see. Alright, enough. Enough? Shit. Peace out. I know this girl is you, and the sister is your own elder sister. Please get to the point. Right. The point is, if you don't face her, she will be heavily disappointed. She's trying to make amends with you. That must take courage. Lots of it. Yeah, you're right. My mouth's dry. Can I get a beer? Right? A beer. Man, I am going crazy, aren't I? I fucking love Anna just popping in just to fuck with her. But yeah. I mean, I do love the running gag that, yes, everyone realizes that she's extraordinarily chesty, but it doesn't mean we all need to see him. Here. Thanks. So tell me, did you and this Gabby girl get along? Oh, yeah. I never had brothers or sisters, but once Lenore introduced me to her as sister-in-law, she got so excited about having a new sister that she clung to me a lot. I helped her in her studies, read books with her, played with her a lot. She was pretty much my sister too. I have to leave, but I'll tell you this. As both a big and little sister, if you don't grant the girl the chance of talking to you, I'll never forgive you. Yeah. Oh, there's a small New Year's party happening this Saturday if you're interested. Oh, sure, I'll be here. Remember, I won't forgive you. Yeah. I'll go take my break. Alright. You were here? You were quite absorbed in that conversation just now. Jamie even said goodbye to you, didn't you hear? Anyway, call me if something comes up. Yeah. Yeah, notice Anne has that effect on Jill where Jill can't force herself to completely ignore her, no matter how much she wants to. Alright. And keep going. It's less chilly today. Jill, my kid's looking for you. Oh, shit. Hey. Ah, Norma. Whew. You're back. Oh, fuck you. You do know that I'm not giving you any drinks, right? Crap, I said that out loud. Yeah, actually, I wanted to thank you. Oh, she thought I was talking to her. Thank me? Well, for starters, by not complying and giving me alcohol. Everything else would have fallen apart if I had some. Aw, so responsible, Joe. I kind of faced my mom and told her all about the pressure she was putting on me, and said I wanted to figure out what I wanted to do. And? Well, she didn't speak to me for 2 days. After that, she told me it'd be a waste to spend money on a university for me to not give it my all. So she told me to still go to the college course, but that I was free to explore. Glad to hear it. And, well, I want to thank you for that. Me? If I just rushed headfirst in my original plan, things would have gotten ugly. And you were right, I would be hurting her for the sake of hurting. So, thank you. Don't worry about it. I'll leave before it gets too late outside. Be careful. Aw, so sweet. Shut up. Hey, Jill, mind helping me here? Sure. Make a Bleeding Jane, please. On it. And simple enough. Blended. And there we go. Thanks. Hey Joe, do you hate me? Hate is a harsh word. It's not against you directly, but rather the fact that only I can see you. Like I told you, if they wanted, they could see me. And why can I? You're the main character? I don't know. What are you? A cute girl. Right. You okay, Jill? You're making a lot of faces there. Hmm? Yeah, just remembering stuff. Could you give me a hand here and serve a beer, please? Sure. Because bear in mind, the entire time we're doing this and talking with people, we're on our side of the bar. There's a whole part that we don't get to see where Jamie's helping people too. So think about what that means. Thanks. Would you lighten up if I showed you I can interact with the environment? Maybe it'll spook me, but let's try. There! Did you see what she did? Can't see anything. You sure? Yep. Weird. Yeah, she changed the tint of our entire outline. Nobody expects the Dorothy Inquisition! Dorothy Inquisition! Dorothy Inquisition! Dorothy Inquisition! A bit my tongue. Can't believe I'm using the spare tongue so early tonight. Honey! Hey Dorothy. I'm making a quick stop for a drink. Can I get a fluffy dream? Sure. Fluffy dream for Dorothy on the go. I do love the little I love the immense number of dirty jokes with Dorothy. Just oh, I had to use the spare tongue already tonight. Thanks. Oh yeah, before you leave. What, are you guys throwing a New Year's party too? Yep. Sure, I'll be here then. Well, I've got things to do, so... You do? Who does what? Sorry, I sneezed. Weird sneezes. Anyway, I'm out now. Oh yeah, Joe, take care of Becky, please. Who the hell is Becky? Who's Becky? Who's that? You said. I said nothing. Okay, fuck that noise. Fireworks are sold out everywhere. I'll need to get them through more shady means. She's gonna buy them from the internet. She'll find them and put us all at risk of burning. I'll make sure there's an extra extinguisher at hand. Please. Well, I guess that's it for today. You sure you're fine? I am, don't worry. Hey Jill, mind if I ask a silly question? You've seen my clients. You can assume I don't mind silly questions. Silly answers can get on my nerves, though. Sorry, what did you want to ask? Do you know why they call them cat boomers? I mean, I guess their second set of ears look like a cat's, but... the word boomer seems so out of place. Oh, not so much when you consider it's not them, but their parents who are called such. Oh? Let's go back a bit first. You do know why cat boomers look like that, right? Because they went through some anti-nanomachine rejection treatment while they were still a fetus, right? It's called the Yamazaki-Romanova treatment. Or it was the Romaneko-Yamada treatment. The Roma, let's call it the catification procedure. It was not only the first successful genetic treatment on a fetus, but also the first way to fight nanomachine rejection. Moreover, that research led a bit of a rocky story. Funding got cut in the middle of it at a critical point that could make or break the whole thing. Not to mention Zaibatsu Corp's record of not addressing nanomachine rejection at all. The rest of their research was funded by Maki Stengovich. Was it Stengovich? Let's just call him Stengovich for now. He's a businessman whose unborn daughter got diagnosed with early nanomachine rejection. Stengovich funded the research, and in a desperate move, his wife offered herself and her daughter as test subjects. Of course, the experiment was a success. The girl, Sylvia Stengovich, didn't die. She became the living testament of a scientific breakthrough. But then the story of how things played out for Sylvia got sensationalized in the media and created a weird fad. Parents made their unborn children go through the catification procedure, even if they had no ailments at all. All because one particular girl whose life got saved through the treatment became media darling for a bit. A whole generation of kids with those cat-like protrusions got born. And their parents got called cat boomers. A generation of parents obsessed with those cat-like features. The fad quickly passed, but the term remained in use. Eventually, cat boomer just started being used for people with protrusions on instead of their parents. You keep calling them protrusions. Why is that? Because that's what they are. Eh? You didn't think those things on their heads were ears, right? Sure, they can move because they're somehow connected to the facial and ear muscles. Thus, they can move like a cat's and react to their mood. But in the end, they're just appendages with no real function. Huh. It still surprises me a bit, though. The biggest mutation they get after the treatment is just that. Those ears are just a small miracle on their own. People have been born with no eyes for less intrusive procedures. You really thought they were functional ears, huh? Let's say I learned quite a bit today. Thanks. Don't worry. I feel like I should apologize for talking so much instead. And keep in mind, I'm fucking up the terms. I don't want you saying someone got a protrusions because of a catification procedure. I'll keep it in mind. Wait. What? Yeah, the guy's name was Stengovich. I just remembered Sylvia Stengovich was around my age, and when I was a teen, there was some TV specials featuring her. And I just remembered that I had the biggest crush on her. Now that I think about it, that crush had me very confused back then. And did you just need to shout about that just now? Sorry. In any case, I'm out for the day. Alright, careful out there. All booze and no firecrackers make Dana a dull girl. I fucking love our boss. Alright. Jill's thinking about Kiara Mickey. Posters will prevent her from getting too distracted. Alright. But I think this will be a good point to call it for tonight. Yeah, day 17 in our room. Yeah, we'll call it here for tonight. I want to thank you all for joining me. I have been the Ephemeral One, and this has been more of Valhalla. Hope to see you in the hall next time. Bye for now, folks. Bye for now.